Yoga for the non-spiritual. For a lot of people, the first image that pops into their head when they think of yoga is a little old man in a loincloth sitting on top of a stone pillar with his legs crossed and his arms on his knees. He's probably chanting, humming, or got a look of relaxation and serenity on his face. I'm not a person who likes to sit still, and I hate any minute that I feel is wasted. So this idea of sitting around doing nothing all day was not something that appealed to me. I've changed that initial perception quite a lot. I want to tell you about the personal journey that taught me the benefits of yoga for a very non-spiritual person. The first yoga class one ever went to, I spent a lot of time sitting in silence, with a bored expression on my face and thinking, this is so dumb. I listened to the instructor drone on about inner peace, harmony, balance, and energy flowing through my body. I was pretty close to never going back again. Then I got lucky. One of the guys in the class was a professor at the local university. It struck me as a little strange that a professor of biology would be doing spiritual yoga. I got an opportunity to speak to him briefly. Actually, he singled me out and observed that I looked bored. He explained he had felt the same way when he first began. Then he translated the instructor's talk into biology terms, and it was all very sound. That hit me like a ton of bricks. As I thought about it more and more, I could see this from a purely scientific point of view. For instance, take the energy that flows through our body. A lot of people are turned off when they start to hear talk like this, but it's a very core component of yoga. I substituted blood for energy and looked at this thought process again. I know that blood carries nutrients and oxygen around our body. I know that if our cells don't receive these nutrients and supplements, they become weak, and we can become ill. I know people can become sick if they have high or low blood pressure. The regular healthy flow of blood is clearly a very important factor in us staying healthy. Of course, yoga was first used many hundreds of years ago. And while it would be arrogant to assume that we know everything about circulation and blood flow, we certainly know more than the average Chinese peasant from early times. Energy is just a nice word which anyone can understand for blood flow. Yoga stretches out certain muscle areas and allows our blood to flow more freely. It also brings the nutrients to all parts of the body which need them most. That is a nice scientific explanation I'm quite happy to accept. You can do the same with the other, alternative, terminology you don't relate to when you hear the instructor talking about it. Inner peace, oneness, emotional calm. It's all just a dressed-up way of saying, concentrate on one thing. Your blood flow and the health it is bringing you, or you're breathing in the supply of life-giving oxygen it brings you. Concentrate on that just for this one small part of the day, and make being alive and healthy your only goal. Forget about what's happening at the office because you cannot do it from here. Forget about what your husband or wife is doing, whether the kids are being bullied at school. Just concentrate on being you, being alive and being healthy. Now, stress has been attributed as a major factor in over 40% of all medical issues. Stress in a nutshell is caused by thinking too much. This practice shows us how to let all those worries be something we can think about later, and leaves the brain free to concentrate on doing all its vital health-giving functions. It's strange that as I've done more and more yoga, I have developed a spiritual side that I never had before. It's not a religious thing. but more a case of recognizing that my own health and well-being are important and worthy of being made a priority. Whether the same happens for you is yet to be seen. But if you've been putting off learning yoga or giving it a try because of all the spiritual talk, I can assure you there are scientific reasons behind it. If you give it a chance, you may be very surprised with the results.